Who got the first touch of season 1993.
Adelaide had a magic weekend, the second weekend of the year, and that really gave us the momentum. Winning those two, I think that up to that time there'd been a lot of questions, probably for ourselves as well, to say, you know, how good were the Wildcats going to be this year.
A slight hiccup in the team's first home game of the season. A loss to Newcastle, but then an unbeaten run through May. Their victims including the Melbourne Tigers and Sydney Kings. A bye in the first week of June, and then the Cats were out of sorts on the road against Illawarra. But that loss sparked an 8-match winning streak, a period in which the Wildcats established as theirs the #1 spot in the league. They overcame adversity, beating Canberra without their coach. At the same time, built the best road record in the league.
I think one of the things we set down to do at the beginning of the year was to have the best road record in the league, and I felt that coming from Perth, if you got the best road record, then that would be a heck of an achievement.
We saw Fisher knock in 2 points. Down the other end, Reedy does well to get the rebound. Great pass to Johnson. Excellent work, Giants. 15-12, Wildcats by 3.
Steve Davis now in for the Wildcats as James Crawford takes a rest. Reedy. He looks confident, doesn't he, Quarters? He really does. Mike, they're having a few problems just shutting down Reedy at the moment, as the Giants are shutting out Torrance.
Well, I was about to say the same, Dean. It's the Reedy-Torrance show at the moment, isn't it? They both going to have to get slowed down for their respective clubs.
Johnson to Pearce, back to Reedy. Great teamwork, Giants.
Good hand, however, by the Giants, and they come up with the ball again.
Senstock to Maley. Leader, excellent work from the veteran.
Michael? Should be, because there's a turnover.
Jason Reese, the big 2, and draws the foul. Listen to the crowd. And he's coming into the game as JC. He's fired up. And all of a sudden, it's back to 4 points.
Seems to be getting higher and higher off the ground the older he gets.
Yeah, I know what it is. And there's a huge block. And I'll tell you what, that was very close to a clean block from here anyway.
Watterson back outside to Grace for 3.
Oh, three-point shooting. Wildcats defense has really picked up. They're not giving an inch. Pearce this time from 3, but he makes it under extreme pressure. That's a big basket. The Iceman knocks down the big 3.
Just past the halfway mark of this final quarter. Pearce for 3. No foot on the line. 2 points. Oh, big bucket from Trevor Torrance. 3 points. That makes it a 4-point ball game.
And there it is. That's the 6th foul for Scott Fisher. He's out of the ball game against his old club. Wow, who would ever have believed that? Scott Fisher, he's out of here.
And don't the crowd love that?
Well, they got short memories, huh? 6-time best and fairest for the Giants, and he's getting the royal send-off from his old fans.
In the hands of leader. Grace on him now. The bounce pass to Reese. Big reject by Crawford. Can't get it to go off the glass. Another defensive board to Crawford. Gets the pass out now to Vlahoff at the Giants bench calling for travel. Nothing doing. Grace through the keyway.
Real defensive effort needed from the Wildcats. They've lost the transitional leads they had early.
Here's Vlahoff playing an inspirational game, and he practices that, I'd reckon. Leader goes to Rees. Rees triple teamed. Out to Pearce, who steps away. Rees unmarked baseline. That's a good move by the youngster.
Giants are sticking to their game plan of Wednesday night, as is that man. He's stuck to that game plan all his career. They're now trying to run the ball. Oh, that was close to a turnover as well. That's not necessarily the shot they want, but it is the shot from Fisher.
Back out to Fisher. Fisher to the foul line. Here's Torrance. This is for 3, and that's more like a double.
That's probably the most important shot Torrance has made.
Wildcats haven't been beaten on this court in 5 months. Torrance for 3, and he was never going to miss.
No, it was off his fingertips all the way.
In 3-point territory on the dribble now. Here's leader to the foul line. Shot clock to 9. Reese for 3. Oh. The big fella lands a bomb. Thank you very much.
John, they need to get that ball reversed, but probably a little quicker than what they're doing it. They need to punch it through the post.
Pierce for 3, and he keeps North Melbourne in the game. Big 3 that from Pierce. And now it's back to 6, 80 to 74. Well, we're set for a thriller. Pierce with another 3, and he puts the fist up, and now it's a 3-point game. Make that a 4-point game. She's got the ball now. The veteran of 33, they need him to lift. Grace from long range. I triple that, and Perth back out to 5. Remember, if the Wildcats lose, it's all over for 1993. They've got to win. Leader, great move from the veteran, and he gets it back out to a 3-point lead for the Giants. Just the one overtime game during the regular season. Will this go to an overtime situation? Leader and Grace. Leader on the drive, coughs up the ball. Underneath the slapped away by Crawford. And it's 1.7 seconds on the clock. Adrian Hurley has called a timeout.
Clock starts once it goes into Grace's hand. He takes the shot from a
Terrific basket from Grace, about 5 foot clear from the 3-point arc. A couple of seconds to go. And the Wildcats take this quarter-final series to a 3rd game. Second time leader with a steal. He's got 2 to beat. Grace comes back and wins possession for the Wildcats. Big outlet pass now to Fisher. Fisher from the line, gets the roll and draws the foul.
That's an extremely important play phase for both clubs.
And if they win tonight, they equal a club record of 14 consecutive winning games at home. There's Maley, who's been quiet for the series, and he lands a big 3-pointer. Giants outside shooting, Mike, what do you make of that?
Well, Peter, you'll see more of it because in that timeout, Brett Brown said we need to look for Pierce out there. He's just gone on the court. There's a big 3 from Trevor Torrance.
Maley to the foul line, kicks it out to Leader, and he was off before it left his hands virtually, Mike. Goes inside to Senstock, forced back out. Pierce for 3, and that was from downtown, and Pierce is having a wonderful series.
He'll nail it more often than not.
Here's Torrance. Grace goes to Crawford, the floating jumper off the glass is good. Vlahoff, he goes inside to Fisher. Fisher thought about the shot, looking to set something up. Good defence by Reese. He can't get too close. He's on 3. Grace fires for 3 and connects.
North Melbourne Giants capitalise upon concentration losses by the Wildcats. This is a very critical time. Brown must call a timeout soon. He can't let this keep going.
I think he's called one right now.
They're in a man-to-man posture now, and that means that sometimes, Brown's almost on the court, screaming for a foul there that should have been called when Reedy took the play. It's a judgment call, and as so often happens, insult to injury at the other end of the court.
The Giants then, Grace, great pass to Vlahoff through the keyway. Well, he did that on Friday night.
That's as athletic as he wants to get.
Very slow to get down the floor, the big fella. Here's Leader for the keyway. Good move that. Gets 2 and draws a foul, so he'll go to the line for the 3-point play.
Different sets against different defensive situations. Takes a while to get back into the flow.
Here's Fisher on the flow right now to Grace, and that's a magnificent move by the 2 stars. He's hanging in there. There's still a chance. Down by 17. Here's Crawford. 1 big step. Gets the foul in the end. We've counted down to 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. There's Maley. What a big reject by Vlahoff. And here's Crawford making a 21-point deficit now. Now Fisher, 10-second warning sounds. Crawford from the baseline, gets it back again. Wildcats dominating. Crawford with the jam. It's going to show a fairly close game in the end. 11 points at the moment. Counting down, Baker, gently little 2. And that will be full time. So the Wildcats winning game 3 in the best of 3 quarter-final series against North Melbourne. Going through now to the semi-finals. Let the crowd tell the story for a moment.
Hi, Andrew Gaze here on Swish Video 93. I hope you're enjoying the show, and don't forget who the 1993 NBL champions are.
And at number 10, Ricky Jones. If he were 10 feet tall, he could jump over Townsville. At number 9, the alley-oop may be old hat for these guys, but you try netting it this way. Number 8, David Robinson. He left a trail of bodies in 1993. This is no exception. At number 7, for sheer speed, this is one any Michael would be proud of. At number 6, JC just may launch his team into glory this year with this kind of power. Ever ready for number 5? We're going to take you into the twilight zone, where everybody, except Everett, appears to be standing still. Number 4 is a flight into the unknown. Paul Maley delivers in the heaviest traffic. Let's see it again, Paul, from underneath. At number 3, well, Andre Moore just hacks them down with plays like this. Did the earth move for you too, Adrian? Yeah, I thought so. At number 2, everybody has to make adjustments, but this mid-air magnificence could only belong to the D-Train. Watch this. But number 1 was the best flex of all. From out of this world, Robert Rose decides to make the ordinary into something else. At number 5, now which arm did Mike Mitchell wreck last year? Not this one. Get out of here. At number 4, Darren starts with a D and ends in Andrew gazing at an empty net. Look out for the girls, Darren. At number 3, well, it never rains in Townsville, well, only on Saturdays, right, MD? Number 2, what rhymes with boss and gloss and toss? Yes, this is one hawk whose wings were not clipped in 1993. And in the tradition of come from nowhere rejects, Scott Ninnis takes the money. That is so clean, you can see your face in it.
There is plenty to get through in this year's 1993 Swish video, so let's go straight to the semi-final action.
Rebound Smith, good quick pass to Loggins. No call from the refs. Heel for 3. Loggins, magnificent work to slap it back to heel. Another chance for Brisbane. Colbert, great teamwork, Bullets.
But you're right, Mike, the Bullets have got to get back. Here we go.
Good night. Lahuff will have a second crack at it. No, he doesn't. I beg your pardon, it's a 6-point margin, 67-61. Oh, spectacular stuff. Smith, top move. Gribble, shoot for 3. He does! He knocks it in! Well, he was left alone. He thought about it, changed his mind, eventually shot the ball.
It was on the line for the Wildcats, the loss, and their season was over. For Brisbane, it was a chance to book a grand final berth. Over 8,000 fans had packed the entertainment centre, and what they're about to witness would have stunned even the Cats' most ardent supporters. The Wildcats simply went on a rampage. A scoring blitz rarely seen in a playoff game. The Cats, the league's minor premiers, cut loose and piled on the points.
For another 3, and he enjoyed that.
Perth bombarded the basket, and as if the ball was drawn to the hoop like a magnet, the shots kept dropping.
And Trevor is on fire.
The Wildcats had taken the game by the scruff of the neck. Their outside shooting nothing short of phenomenal. At one stage, it was 9 from 9 from three-point territory.
Well, have you ever seen anything like this?
And then a fitting finish to a memorable half. The Wildcats making something out of nothing. They head to the locker room, 22 points up.
It's like a roof falling on you. It was unbelievable, and you wouldn't say that that's the Wildcats' real strength. Their three-point shooting.
They had a disappointing loss last week. and it would have been very easy for them to turn around and come in tonight playing tentatively.
The Bullets, however, wouldn't be denied. They came back in the second half. The inspirational Leroy Loggins led the charge and pulled it back to 7 with a quarter to play. The match was in the balance in the final term. The situation called for someone to stand up. Scott Fisher answered the SOS, and with 4